So this is the next final on the track, then the men's under 20 1500 metre final. 12 athletes. It's a very strong field. We'll have Thomas Keane starting on the inside, and also got Josh Lay in this field. Those two have got the standard. We'll talk a little bit about that more once the race gets underway. So Thomas Keane, Cian Davis, David Malarkey, Joseph Pollard, Ethan Hussey, Joshua Lay, Max Hayden, Matthew Stonia, Kane Elliott, Christian Wharton Howard, Ethan O'Shea and Luke Duffy. So qualifying time is 3 minutes and 45. So Thomas Keane and Joshua Lay have both run that time this year. So for those two, their main goal will be to finish in the top two here, preferably on top of the podium, of course. And judging by the early stage of this race, they're not interested in running fast at all. Very barely a slow jog. Look how bunched they are. You see this quite a lot actually, when they want to go slow, but then they sort of go too slow, and then they suddenly realise it, and then you see how they increase the pace pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, Kane Elliott wants the standard, of course, 3:46.83 this year. So it's in his interest to push on. Not as much necessarily the case for Joshua Lay, who's had a fantastic breakthrough season this year. 3 minutes 41.38, the British University's champion for Loughborough, which 1500 metres I'd say is perhaps one of the harder titles to win. Tends to be quite a cagey tactical race. The previous year, last year, was won by Jamie Webb, who was in 11th with 300 metres to go. An absolutely extraordinary race, and that's partly because he had competed in the 800 metres earlier in the day, 6 rounds across 2 days, and he told me that he was absolutely exhausted standing on the start line. He thought he'd just turn up and see what happens, was frustrated after being beaten in the 800 metres and turn up and won. This one is looking also a little bit cagey. You've got Kane Elliott, who's one of the athletes we picked out as on our ones to watch lists for 2019.
Yeah, so you've got Josh Lay out the front, who's has been leading pretty much the whole way. He's been controlling the pace, and everybody else has been pretty much happy just to run behind him. You've got Kane Elliott just on his shoulder. We mentioned him earlier. I think the chance of a fast time is long gone. Ethan Hussey is towards the front as well, the under 17. Thomas Keane, we haven't mentioned him too much. He's just been in the middle of the pack the entire time so far. But they're still very, very bunched up. We really haven't had any injection of pace, except for at the beginning when it was far, far, far too slow. And it's all shaping up to be a burnout on the last lap. So Luke Duffy still leading. And his goal will be just to try and hold everybody off on the outside. But they are gathering. And we've got a bit of a move here from Max Hayden, number 301. Moving to the front. And it's only taken 2 3/4 laps. But finally we have some injection of pace in this 1500 metre final. So Josh Lay leads through the bell. Thomas Keane has moved through the inside into second. And the under 17, Ethan Hussey, is right up there as well, just currently in third.
Just quickly let you know that Nick Stewart and Ryan Gorman have come through as the 2-time qualifiers in the under 23 men's 200 metres.
Well, Josh Lay has really injected some pace on this final lap. He's really spread the field out. Thomas Keane, the only one able to go with him, and right now these two are in a qualifying position. They just need to keep it going to the end. Ethan Hussey just holding for challenge behind him for third. But really impressive last lap here from Joshua Lay. He's played this race very well to his strengths. Thomas Keane, possibly a little bit known more for sort of longer distances and having that endurance, but Joshua Lay coming away to take the men's under 20 1500 metre title. He will not care about the time at all. Ends up being 3:53.86. Thomas Keane through for second, and it is Ethan Hussey, the under 17, who comes through for the bronze. So it's the two men who had the qualifying time going in. Let's see, Josh Lay, a double fist pump for his victory, as does Ethan Hussey for his bronze medal.